Gagasi FM, Sanbonani, welcome to Elevate. Ngishaye uMadibashet namhlanje, so make sure that you watch this properly. Listen carefully. Kwasholo, one of our former presidents. Today is a Monday, and every single Monday we have a conversation with exciting and insightful people. Today I'm joined by a speaker and an author who speaks Kakulu and has shared his entire life in and around the journey of addiction, getting addicted to drugs and substances, and him coming out of all of that. And ngikhuluma ngoNdabezinhle Mabuya, who's sitting right next to me. Bafo, khamba kahle. I'm very good, man. I'm very good. There is a life that you have now lived for a couple of years, the life of addiction and you coming out of it. Take us briefly in you getting into substance abuse. How did it all start? Yini yakuphushela into these now substances, and how did you find yourself, or rather find your way out of this particular thing?
Thanks a lot for the opportunity. Look, addiction, as I now understand it, is a disease. It's genetic. It's something ozalwa nayo, which is a gene of addiction. And I think one of the biggest things for me was that I was born with the gene of addiction. Now, beyond that, there are many things eziba imthelela ekuthini umuntu agcine esebileke addict. Kodwa ekungathi ngisho ingaba khona, if they didn't have the gene of addiction, they could be heavy drinkers or careless drinkers, but they won't be addicted and lose their lives and minds and like I did. So with that said, I grew up in a normal family, and I always stress this because people that become addicts, abantu mhlambe abasuka emndenini where umama nobaba bexabana or where khona umama yedwa. No, I come from a decent family where ubaba nomama bekhona babesebenza bobathu besinakekela. Sonke siyingane sasibathatha ekhaya manje sebathathu sakhuliswa ngothando. But ngazalelwa eMlazi kaJay.
Okay.
There was a lot of drugs la ngazalelwa khona. There was a lot of nonsense, not
so
just
it was
drugs.
easily accessible.
Right next door.
Yeah.
So my first experience ngalento ekuthiwa iMenrex, I was around 13. Ngokuyisikhala kube kamakhelwane, then the next house.
So now this is not just like ukwayo or insangu, it's like hardcore.
Hardcore. And I didn't even know what iMenrex.
Jeez.
Because into ephenya ngayo ngangitshelisa insangu. But ngikhuluma iqiniso ngangisola ukuthi akuyona insangu yodwa, and I wanted to experiment because ngangibabona abantu abayisebenzisa ukuthi hayi abasahambi ngaleli sijalo kuhamba ngayo. But into engizama ukisho ukuthi it was extremely available. Ngasekhaya la ngihlala khona. But not just ngasekhaya. In my family, abafowethu no cousin abadala, they used to drink a lot, they used to smoke, ubaba omncane umalume. So utshwala, kwayi, tsangu, kwakuyinto nje ekhona. So into edala ngiyimention lezi zinto ukuthi ngize ngizoba exposed kulezi zinto, kodwa already inside me I have that predisposition, so they express it to be ukuthi if I try a mood altering substance, I most likely will like it. And uthola ukuthi it goes beyond ukuyithanda, even when it causes pain, if it causes discomforts, uthola ukuthi angikwazi ukuphula out of it. And that's exactly how my life happened. I tried many different drinks and different drugs ngoba ngifuna ukuthola i-drug or i-drink that I can do and do well, and I never succeeded.
Yo. So how long were you addicted now? And I do know that you have a story that you often tell of even the things that you lost and how you lost those things, the relationships and many other things. Take us through that journey. I want someone as I'm perhaps starting this journey with drugs and addiction. What am I putting on the line? What can I afford to lose?
So when I was in primary, that's when I started experimenting with kwai, for an example, cigarettes. But uthola njengoba ngisho mhlambe ekhaya uthola uma kunomsebenzi, I can remember nje that just this one time ubaba omncane ngathi ngilele ngangilithanda ubisi, I think like most kids, kanti uyena wayedesha ugologo mhlophe ngobisi. So into efana nje ukuthi nje ngiphaphame ngikhombisa ukuyihalela lento ayiphuzayo amana nginike without a problem ngoba nakubona ngicabanga ukuthi kufundisekeni kwabo yayingekho into wrong ekuthenini ingane i-expose to utshwala bobuhambisana nokuba indoda kuba out I would say. So ngisemncane mina first ngaba exposed but njoba ngisho nabafowethu so nje into esimple njengokuthi nje umfowethu mangabe ebhema ugwayi ngimbona ngiyakhumbula nje isona sami ngisho ukuthi mawunganginiki ngizokuceba yabo kusho kufanele azi ukuthi mangabe efuna ukubhema mhlambe mangabe sithunywa khona lesithunywa khona because sibhema kancane masingeke emagcekeni asekhaya.
So we have to be together in this.
Kodwa futhi kufanele yes kufanele nginikeze so into engizama ukisho ukuthi kwakukhona but I used to ngangikufisa. I always say this ukuthi even when I was younger mina I just waited for isikhathi ukuthi when I get to a certain age ngizobhema abantu bese ngasangihlahlela amehlo bengasangiquestion mangiyothenga iluzi so I just waited for isikhathi esithize ukuthi mangabe sifika leso sikhathi I'm going to start ukubhema but mhlambe nje ukuyiphuthuma inkulumo I think hell broke loose around the ages of 13 14 ngangifunda standard 7 grade 9 so around those times ngase ngibhema nje clean kwaye ngase ngibhema insanga ngase ngiphuza utshwala futhi ngase nginani nenhlobo engiyipreferayo mangaphosisi so angazi nombuzo wakho uyaphenduleka kancane mina ngikhule ngigiyada ukuthi when I grow older ngizobhema ngizophuza it's something that I looked up to into engangiyithanda ngangihlalela engijabulisa ngiyibuka ngakakwazi ukuyenza lokho ngizothi i-environment abantu mhlambe nokungafundiseki all contributed to ukuthi ngiyibone leyo nto kuyinto enhle ekufana ngithi yabamanje sengibala futhi izinto eziwu3 kade sikhuluma ngezinto eziyimthelela ekuthenini umuntu agcine esebenzisa idakamizwa izinto eziwu3 ngaphezulu kokuthi ngine gene of addiction yabo bese ngicabanga ukuthi ezinye izinto ke ekungalula ukurelate kuzona when you grow up uthola ukuthi ama issues of peer pressure ukuthatheka ungakwazi kuyibamba konke kwesinye isikhathi ukuhambisana nokungafundiseki nokuthi uthi mawukhula ucabanga ukuthi ukwaneliseka nentokozo you can get from
uzokuthola kulama substance
exactly, and not from within.
So now when does it happen where usuthi uyayibuka lezi zinto uyabona ukuthi this is now detrimental to my life? Take me to that point in your life. Kwakwenzakalani la wabona khona ukuthi these drugs now and substances are no longer good for me?
So much later empilweni ngafunda ngaqeda I graduated with iBTech ka civil engineering I worked I was in a relationship ngalobola we had kids a lot of positive things happened kodwa there was also a lot of negativity so emsebenzini kancane ngizoba ne problem mhlambe sekuzoqhamuka inotice ngishintsha umsebenzi kancane ekhaya obviously une problem nasebanganini nje nabantu abasile because abantu abaningi wouldn't tolerate umuntu.
So now all these problems are now coming from
all these problems ngokwami so as a normal person ngavele ngiyaba nenkinga but ngifuna ukuthi ikakhulukazi zayiqhuquzela na ukuthi ngangayixazulula inkinga I used to resort edakamizweni and find comfort in mood altering substances instead of facing my troubles. So izinto zami zayilibele accumulate nje so over and above ukuthi ngumuntu let's senze example njenganawe ukuthi unawo ama problems unawo ama challenges but you deal with them. But nokuthi ama challenges are slightly different to my challenges because mina every other month I'll be arrested for drinking and driving. Sekufanele ngiyo attend a course, sekufanele ngiyomokola, sekufanele ngiyokwenza ukuthi, yabo? So uthola ngalesikhathi imali iphuma eyidakamizweni, ibuye iphuma ngiyoxazula inkinga eyamsana eyidakamizwa. Angikwazi ukwenza izinto ezinormal efanele ngabe ngiyazenza. Yabo? Ukunakekela umndeni and what not. So kwahamba fethu mina I did not give up. I didn't give up on drugs. I tried for as long as I could. Until I couldn't work. Ngafika kwi-stage where I literally smoked every day. And I obviously couldn't support my smoking financially kube ziyabekwa. So I started getting involved in untshontsha for an example or surrounding myself with people that steal. I started pawning izinto eziseduze kwami. So ingase inqobela phambili I was going backwards. I couldn't pay for imoto, I couldn't pay for umuzi. So mhlambe as stupid as it sounds, it seemed better to me ukuthi ngiluze imoto, ngikwazi still kuba nale amali yokungabi na mase ngingena imoto khona ngizoqhubeka ngibhema kunokuthi ngithathe imali ngiyokhokhela imoto. So there were many decisions engangiwathatha that were extremely stupid instead of just ukuyeka ukubhema idakamizwa and just fix my life.
So is that when you're like, no, this is now a problem?
So kwahamba so ngise I couldn't work. My health wasn't so well. I looked like a silwane. I didn't have relationships. Ingane zami zazingisaba. My family was ukhathele mina. Not in a bad way. Ukhathala lo ukuthi we can't stand for this anymore. You need help. So kunaka if you need help. Kwahamba I realized ukuthi le nto bengiyenza if yake yaba fun, it's not fun anymore. Kwase kubhlungu njoba ngisho ngase ngigula at times. Impilo yami is miserable. So I decided. Also another thing, I lost a job. Kabhlungu. Yabo khona umsebenzi engade ngufuna for a while. Umsebenzi udecent. Ngathi mase ngutholile, it was hardly a few months. It was actually weeks, not even months. So ngathi manguluza ngabona ngathi mangihleli ngento ngabona listen, the only thing experience ukufa. Ayikho into clever or not that I haven't gone through and I had to stop. So at that time around those days I phoned my brother ngathi mina mfowethu ngicela ungisiza I want to go to a rehab. Unfortunately mfowethu wangilalela.
Do you think now, because you have now pivoted from your story now, it is born out of you another person now who is a speaker and an author speaking about your journey and helping out other people. Do you think in your admitting ukuthi ngathi nginenkinga, is that the first step for anyone who wants to come out of any addiction ekufanele afinyelele kusona to say, in order for me or rather for you to be saved from this, fanele acknowledge ukuthi this is a problem?
Most definitely. First step nje nanoma yiphi inkinga is admitting ukuthi unenkinga. Ukuthi inhloboni yenkinga ayixazulula kanjani, I think that all follows. But once wakwamukela wena wedwa hleli wedwa ukuthi I have a problem, then you start opening your ears and eyes. Uyakwamukela ukulekeleleka and listen without lokuphendula lokuphawula, because at that time I think usubona nokuthi imizamo ngingayizama ngihlulekile. Like in my case I had to accept ukuthi ngiphamazekile. I had to accept ukuthi I made some really stupid decisions and I'm at the end of it. I need help and I've been unable to help myself. So I had to, for a change, shut up and just listen and do.
So now you go to rehab, you are helped out, you are now clean for a number of years now, and you decide to help out other people. How is that journey going of now being the helping hand to others now that are still stuck and wanting to come out of that zone and addiction of drugs?
That journey is going quite well, I would say. I think it's going well because I think, as I mentioned, it's where ila ngithola khona impilo nami. So leyo journey grounds.
So you find purpose.
Yes. Nokuthi kuba lula to forget ukuthi usukaphi mangabe usudlulile lapho. Leyo journey always reminds me of who I really am. Ngalesikhathi ngenza zonke lezi zinto ezistupid khulekani kwakuyimina. uNdabelo. Ayikho into engadala ukuthi uNdabelo angabe sayenza into stupid. So I need to keep in check. And in a way lokhu kuyangilekelela to keep grounded, to keep focus. And that reminds me, I don't want to go there. I want to keep going this way. According to this trial, addiction recovery, and you would see, addiction is addiction recovery. We keep it by giving it away. So, kalulo mangabe ngichaza mina ngasizwa mina. Kuthini ukuthi mina ngithi mangabe kuthini ukuthi ngakwazi ukulekela omunye umuntu odingayo. So I think what I've done mina is to just make it umsebenzi. Instead of futhi ngikwenze ngivolunteer ngize ngicine sengenza into engenayo significance engaphelele. I decided to turn it around ngikwenze kube umsebenzi so I can do it thoroughly. Sisho sakudlala sithi a lot of drug addicts and alcoholics have money to spend. Akekho umuntu odakwa engayisebenzisa imali. So I say consultation yami is not even ayibizi ngisho nangosuku olulodwa umuntu alispenda ayiphuza. So if umuntu is serious about to recover, we are here to help and yeah.
The issue of drugs and alcohol abuse exacerbates in issues at gender-based violence. We're going into 16 days of activism. What would you say to a family that is now faced with someone and they need to help him and they want to help him? What are some of the first few things that kufanele bazenze in order for them to help lo muntu lo obambeke in substance abuse?
Yeah. So there are several things, but I think into yokuqala is because addiction is an illness, and I want to stress this. Addiction ayikhulunyiswa. Akekho umuntu onephethwe umkhuhlane wephethwe ikhanda kuthiwe phuma khanda, phuma umkhuhlane. You know, you take our pain tablets. Addiction, you need to do a little bit more. It involves a bit of ushintsha lifestyle, and that sort of thing. Ngingathi ask for help. That's the first stop. Would ask for help. If you know better, to not have to go and ask for help as a first step. Ungayithathi kancane. You know, it's an illness. Kwesinye isikhathi how it manifests might seem like umuntu akanendaba, it might seem like umuntu akalifuna usizo, it might ingakunikeza
they might come out rebellious.
Yes. I-reality ukuthi badinga usizo. So if ubona ukuthi awukwazi ukumsiza whether usuke wazama wahluleka noma ubona nje ukuthi awukwazi uzama even before you start, just go out and ask for help. But ngebhadi khulekani ngeke uzukwazi ukumsiza umuntu mengakakulungeli ukusizwa yena. That's the trick with it. Yes. Yeah. So ingaka kwesinye isikhathi kuye kube ngazi ukuthi abantu abalekelana nayo njengami kube ngathi sifani when we say I want you to say indaba engicela ungisiza. Akungasho uma wakho, akungasho ifro yakho. Ufuna kusho wena. Phambi kwami kanje. Then I know ukuthi udinga usizo.
And you need to be sincere with it.
Yes. So ukulekelela abantu futhi ziningi indlela njengoba ngisho. Maningi ama avenues where people can go to. They can call me. They are OAA. You know, they are on Alcoholics Anonymous, they are on Narcotics Anonymous, they are social workers. They are even GPs. Abanye abantu abaqaqekile umqondo ngathi mawukhuluma nabo bakwazi ukurefer bakise like fanele uye khona. You know, ziningi izinto kubukhuni ukuyo approach ubaba wakho uyingane noma uyifru uyomtshela hayi ukuphuza ebene engaboni ukuphuza kumdalela inkinga. Kwesinye isikhathi kuyenzeka ukuthi mangabe uapproach kanjalo leyo nto inqhelelanise even more, impushe even more, aqhubeka ayenze lento ayenzayo even more. So kunokuthi for the lack of a better way to bed and end up what's the right way ejwayele ukubizwa enabling kwesinye isikhathi encouraging umuntu ukuthi aqhubeke enzini ungaqondile wena,
which now makes the issue worse.
So rather don't do it and go and look for help. Let us advise you ekuthinini le case obhekene nayo because ama cases are fun. The illness itself, illness, but how it manifests
in different people.
Yes, and uthola ukuthi nama addictions themselves are different. Utshwala kunye cocaine okunye ama activities. It's not even mood altering substances. You know, so ayikho i-blanket approach ongathi nje umuntu mayene addiction. Amanye ama addictions asa early, amanye they've advanced, they've been happening for years like mine, which spent more than a decade. So akufani njengomuntu okade bhema for 2 weeks, 2 months. Ngekuzumlekelela ngendlela efanayo than umuntu that's been smoking for 10-20 years.
But ithi lukhona usizo and umuntu uyakhona ukusizakala and they can come out of drug addiction and substance abuse and mood altering substances. Thank you so much, Mr. Mabuya. I know you have a book out. Silithola ke people to find the story. Perhaps kunomuntu ongathi hey mhlambe okwamanje angidinga ukuthi ufike ngisadinga ukunderstand lento le engibhekene nayo la endlini. Perhaps reading the book they might find that. Where do we search, find and follow the book and get it?
So I sell my books. So yesibili there is another one ebizwa ngo A Destructive Way of Living. That eyokuqala leyo. It's my second book. Incwadi ziyatholakala kumina. I will leave my contact details.
Sure.
And then you can also get them from Loot and Amazon and a few other online shops. But obviously I prefer ukuthi umuntu ayithole mina because in that way I also make some money. Incwadi zami are quite useful to have. Zibhalwe addicts bawethu, recovering addict. Ngikhuluma ngama experiences ami. Ngumfana owakhulele lokushini, ngafunda lokushini, ngabuya ngazofunda la edropeni, thina sesiyakubiza ngesithawa ke edropeni. Seziningi izinto manje amagama, but into engizama ukisho ukuthi I think istory sami is easy for other people to relate to. But we're not about judging, we're not about punishing abantu, we just want to assist people. Into esisho ukuthi there is help. Asikho isidingo sokuthi abantu baqhubeke baqhilazeke kanje. People we love baqhubeke baqhilazeke kanje because le addiction ayigcina igqilaza mina oyi addict, but it ends up igqilaza uMike, igqilaza my Freud, igqilaza everybody abantu that are part of my life. My contact details are eyokufona no WhatsApp is 061 5233 463 061 5233 463. You can get us on socials, uNdabezinhle Mabuya on Instagram, nagu Twitter, mese kuba uNdabe Mabuya on Facebook. My email address undabe@thegoodnews.org.za. We also have a website, www.thegoodnews.org.za. The information engiyikhiphayo, nale information sencwadini, a lot of it, we call them freebies. So if you are ready to thenga incwadi, you can always go to your website, you can always go to my social media platforms, ukuze uyithole a lot of this information. Yeah.
So that it tantalizes your taste buds.
And we can have a dialogue. We can start talking nabantu because angisho ukuthi umuntu ngeke azakwazi ukungifonela. Mangithi we have an NPO, we obviously charge for our services, we just don't make profits. But akusho ukuthi umuntu ngeke akwazi ukungikhulumisa angibuze. And then when we get to a stage where we need to do some work together, then we can start looking at the business side of things. But sabantu nathi, we went through challenges that other people are going through, and we are available to assist.
Yeah. Ndabezinhle Mabuya, available to assist if you are faced with drug addiction and perhaps it's been a silent fight from yourself and from your side. Akwazi utshena umuntu kodwa uyabona ukuthi I am slowly slipping away. Please do reach out. Help is available and you can definitely find it uma ulidinga. He is an author of a recent book now. It's Beyond Addiction, Finding Hope and Solace. Now ungalithola usizo, ungathola nawe nokuthula. Make sure that you reach out. Thank you so much for joining us. Sabonga kakhulu, Mr. Mabuya.
Ngiyabonga ukuba nawe.
Thank you.
Thank you.